I'm Caleb Brooks with the AHSAA Radio Network. I'm at Mountain Brook High School, joined by Mary Katherine Fowlkes, member of the volleyball team here and a 7A state champ. And, to finally win it and to finally, be able to say that you're a champion here in your senior year after losing the last couple of years, how satisfying, is it for you? Well,
every time someone says congrats, it doesn't get old. We're 7A state champions. It's just all of our hard work has finally paid off, and it's just so great to end on such a high note.
Is there any part of you that is happy that it was McGill in the championship game and not in the semifinals? Not for the fact that y'all would have had to play them in the semis again and all that, but just the fact that, was it any added motivation to be playing them for a championship?
I think that the best two teams in the state played in the state championship, and I think that the game just meant a lot. It just meant a lot.
Yeah.
It was the best two fighting for the ring, and we came out on top. And I think that's the only way it should have been.
Yeah, and the last couple of years it had been Bob Jones making it to the championship and getting beat by McGill. Well, this year they get to match up with them in the semis and get beaten. Y'all get to play Hoover, a team that you had already seen during the year, and obviously there was some pressure because it was the semifinal game and all that, but was there any, comfort in the fact that you were playing Hoover instead of McGill in the semifinal game?
I think it helped to combat deja vu, because if we had played McGill in the semis again, it would have just been, I don't know, like that. Usually McGill ends number one in their super regionals, and that would have meant that we didn't make progress in our super regionals, because that's how it usually lines up. And so I think it's just was really important that we came number one in our region.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it makes us feel better, because we had all the pieces were in place to make it the championship.
What do you think it was that helped y'all play so well in the championship, to sweep McGill and to do what you guys did, even though they were close games? I told people being there, y'all sweat, but it didn't feel like a sweep when it got done, just because of how close and how competitive the games were. But what helped y'all play so well in that championship game?
I mean, for one, we've played all the teams in the championship and we've beaten them, which definitely helps our morale. It just shows that we can beat them. And I think throughout the entire season, we've just played so well. I think we won 5 out of the 6 of our regular season tournaments, which is unheard of. I feel like we just in every single day in practice, we worked to become better players. We worked on the little things that would make a big difference. And I think that also just we all played for each other, especially the lower classmen on our team. They all kind of played for us, which I think was a big motivation. They all wanted us to end on a positive note, especially given our previous seasons. And we just all played for each other, and we left it all out on the court. And that's, I think, how we played so amazing.
Talking to your coach, he said that your group has basically been the senior group since y'all were sophomores. And y'all got to experience that sophomore year where y'all were the defending champs, and y'all did have that target on your back. So now going forward, what's your message to these younger girls on how to handle that next year, having already been through that as a sophomore?
I think next year we'll have a pretty mature class. I think we'll have good seniors, and just playing with confidence and playing for each other and playing consistent is probably the main thing I would say, because we didn't have anything to lose whenever we played in the championship. Like, obviously we wanted to win, but we already beat our school record. We already made it past the previous year. And so I think just playing with a level head and just striving, just doing what we know how to do, that should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you brought up having already broken the school record and made it past your goal, but does it make it that much sweeter then that y'all are able to cap all that off with the state championship?
Oh, absolutely. That's the whole goal. From day one, we made it very clear that we were going to win state this year. And I think that every single person on this team was on the same page. And honestly, I can say that I don't think we ever, until this year, we were all completely in it. We were all just like, we would do anything to win. I think that's just the whole culture of our team changed this year.
Yeah, and I got to talk to Grace back when she was in the North-South All-Star game, and that was one of the things that she brought up, was just that the message with y'all all off-season was, look, we've made it, but now we've got to make it and win there. And so, for you, where did you feel more pressure as a player? Did you feel more pressure on yourself playing in that semifinal game to get through that, or did you feel more pressure in the actual state championship game?
For sure, I felt more pressure in the semifinals, because I just remember how close we were, and Hoover played outstanding. And so to be honest, for one point I was like, oh shoot, what if we don't make it again? And I just looked around at my teammates, and this year they all really were just encouraging, and they all said we can do this. We've beaten them before, and I think that we played to win and not just to, and we played aggressively.
Yeah. And, to do it right up the road here in Birmingham, basically, I mean, does that make it kind of special that y'all had a pretty big crowd there for y'all that day, and really good support. How much does that mean for y'all? It
means a lot, just to kind of give back to our school and to represent Mountain Brook in such a good light. It's always really fun to see a whole wall of pink in the crossplex. It's really uplifting, and just to show, kind of to display all your hard work from the season, and it's finally people can finally see how good of a team we are. Yeah. And so it means a lot that we have the home advantage kind of, and that our fans can cheer us on. Yeah, and volleyball isn't the only sport that's been successful around here. I mean, you look at it, men's basketball's been winning state championships. You got football's been right on the verge of winning it a couple of years, and you got baseball's been pretty consistent. What is it that's made athletics here at Mountain Brook, as good as they are, especially these last few years? I think we're just at Mountain Brook as a whole, we just work very hard in everything we do. And we're also pretty successful in the classroom, which carries a lot more in the games. Like Ann, our setter, she is really smart. Like, she can see the other court. She's not just really athletic and can set well. She also knows the other team, and she can just kind of pick through the holes. And I feel like our hard work and just our strategies and our good coaching and programs has just helped a lot. Well, thank you for taking the time to sit down with me. And congratulations to you on being a state champ. Thank you. And it's like I've told them, only 7 teams in the whole state can say that they were state champs. Y'all are one of them. So congratulations on that, and good luck to you, going forward. Thank you.